Hey, this is John Hart doing my video reflections for my classroom skills study. My lead teacher's name was Matt Kimmett. He is a teacher at Laurel High School. He teaches 2 classes of graphic design, 2 classes of videography, 2 classes of personal finance. 7th period is prep period, also the last period today at Laurel High School. That's when we did the lesson planning and corrections on the papers. Mr. Kimmett used a class opener every day. He had a trivia question written on the board. He wrote down the answer to the trivia question. If you get a trivia question right, you got to put it in the hat. Drew the piece of paper out of the hat, and the student who got drawn got extra credit on the last assignment. Graphic design students were working on designing logos with their Adobe drawing program. The videography students were working on videos for the Montana OPI Graduation Matters rally in Laurel that Thursday night. So what I did is I pretty much went with a different team of students every day and helped them with filming their videos. Personal finance, kind of lucked out because that week he was covering investments, and being an ex-stockbroker, investments is pretty much my area of expertise, so that's what we decided to design the lessons around. Mr. Kimmett kind of went over the basic stuff Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I took over the classes for the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday. Lesson 1 was how to use Yahoo Finance as an investment tool and how to pick out a good mutual fund to invest in using Yahoo Finance. So I had the students log into Yahoo Finance. We looked at a really good performing fund, ProSound Ultra Fund. And then I went over the statistics that you look at when you're looking at a mutual fund to see if it's a good investment or not. So I went over, what are they returning on investments for year to date. Probably the main thing you want to look at is a 5-year return, year-to-date return on investments, 5-year return on investments, because 5-year is a life cycle of the stocks. And generally, as we know, stocks go up and down, so 5 years gives you like a really good estimate what that mutual fund is probably going to perform to in the future. And then, type investments, stuff like what beta means, things like that, Morningstar ratings, all that kind of stuff to kind of show them, where are the red flags that say, hey, maybe this is too volatile, too low performing, or something that you really don't want to invest in. Then we handed out a mutual fund worksheet, and each of the students open up a Yahoo Finance, take a look at different mutual funds, find one they want to invest it in, answer the questions on the worksheet, turn those into class. So the beginning class Friday, the personal finance, we went through all the worksheets, all the different mutual funds the students had picked and why they had picked them, and their averages and Morningstar ratings, and some of the red flags I saw that came up, and things like that. Then I went into how you could do an UTMA account, which is a Universal Transfer to Minor account. This is an account that people under 21 can use to start investing in early. Since Montana state law says that no one can hold investments until they're 21 years old. We went over the rule of 72 to show how much money you can accumulate for retirement if you start early compared to how much money that I could accumulate for retirement, being that time is on their side but time not on my side. That's called the rule of 72, which means that you take 72 divided by rate of return on investment, gives you the number of years take for your money to return. So if you have a 12% rate of return on investment, it'll take you 6 years to double your money. So my goal for the assignments was kind of relate the assignments to real world, what's actually going on in the real world out there, and kind of show them how Yahoo Finance, show them how, what to look for in mutual funds, and kind of teach them if they're willing to start investing early, how much money they can accumulate for retirement. And high school kids generally don't have a lot of money, at least around here. A lot of them have part-time jobs. That kind of cut the point across that if you start investing 25, even $50 a month, it's going to start adding up for you. My grabber was the second presentation. My presentation was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or Who Wants to Retire a Millionaire, and I think pretty much everybody would want to retire a millionaire. I did move around a lot. I kind of stayed towards the Promethean board by the PowerPoint presentation. That's because my camera I had recording was static in the back of the room, and I didn't want to move off camera. At the end of each presentation, to make sure that I stopped and allowed time to ask if any students had any questions or anything they didn't understand. I think the students were pretty attentive. These are high school students. They're pretty mature kids. There was absolutely no discipline problems the week that I was there. So in conclusion, I think that it was a pretty good experience overall. I wish somebody would have showed me about investing when I was 18, and maybe one of the kids will take my advice and start investing.